topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Eat and Critique Show with restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia. Brought to you by one of Steve-O and Sophia's favorite Incontro Italian cuisine and steakhouse located on the Walk in Coral Springs. Now, sit back while award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly in South Florida dining.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Eat and Critique with Steve-O and Sophia. And tonight we're bringing not the good, but the excellent. We have a guest tonight, Ashley Williams. She's with Chimas in Las Olas. I don't know if she's logged on yet.
No, she'll tell us. I told her a little after 6.
Okay.
But oh my God, this, you know what? I love going to Chimas. Chimas is on Las Olas. It's actually closer to A1A. Mm-hmm. So if you, there's got to be several ways you can get there. But folks, if you're a steak lover, it doesn't get any better.
There's more than that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big meat eater, but they have all kinds of options. They have lamb, they have chicken, they have salmon, shrimp, but the salad bar, that's where...
Most amazing salad bar.
That's where I get killed.
And I got to tell you, Sophia and I have kind of put our heads together in the second half of the show. We are going to be talking about something incredible that we are doing to help restaurants, local restaurants. You know, you hear about all these restaurants going under, and it is so sad. Some of these restaurants have been in business for 30 or 40 years.
Or more, which is really, really sad. And it has a lot to do with so many things, starting with COVID to the new economy. And just...
You know what upsets me the most? I think when I'm told that landlords are raising the rent, with as bad as the economy is, and you're raising the rent now?
Doubling and tripling the rents. We've
I know.
heard from some of these, and like some of the restaurants are not able to afford their life dream, and they've been around forever. And some of them are big chains that are shocking to me, shocking that they're closing. And the quality, I don't know what it is. I really don't know.
We're going to go over tonight in the second half part of the show. We're going to go over restaurants that have closed down in Palm Beach and Broward. And it's just so sad. Some of these restaurants have just been around forever. And for you guys out there who just love the food at Hooters, I go for the food.
Yeah.
The one in Palm Beach, and there's also one in, I think it's Tamarack. Both closed down. It's amazing. That place used to be so hot.
But I think a lot of it was because of the sports bar, even though everybody kind of laughs and say, yeah, right. But there's newer sports bars that are more, maybe that's the cause for it. I don't know. But just down the road from Hooters on Palm Beach Lakes, there's I can't think of the name of that great big sports bar. It's huge. It's almost the whole block.
Where is it at?
Right down the road from Hooters.
Oh,
and they're packed nightly, every night. We actually
I'm talking about restaurants closing down, and One of my favorite shows is Bar
Our-
Rescue.
Oh, Ashley's here.
Beautiful.
Well, let's welcome Ashley Williams from Chimas.
Thank you so much. Hi.
She's at Chimas.
She knows how to do it. Ashley,
Oh,
you do it right. You do it outside so people can see how
Yes.
beautiful.
that's my favorite tree. Too bad it's not dark.
Ashley, God, how long have you been with Chimas?
Well, I don't want to date myself here, but I've been with them now for 12 years.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
But I started out as a hostess. So
See,
You know that?
it just shows how you can move up.
they
You know what? I
got rid of me,
got to
so-
tell you, Chima's won our contest for top restaurant. And actually, I got to tell you that sometimes you go to a restaurant for a third, fourth time, and the food just isn't like it's been in the past. Your food is always so consistent.
Thank you. We've definitely tried to keep the same level of quality over the past few years and not raise our prices dramatically. With everything going on right now in the country, so we've kept our following. Some people, like they say, we have a cult following over here because we see a lot of the same people, each month. But
Yes, we were just talking about that actually before you came on, trying to fill our time so you came on. We were going to talk about restaurants closing, and we were talking about how the rents, a lot of the landlords are increasing, doubling and tripling the rents, the food prices going up. And people, like, we talked to Omar for a really long time the last time we were there, and we were talking about the quality of food and how you guys just don't change the quality, and other restaurants, to save money, are kind of
Cutting.
downgrading, and it's hurting their business, I think. So-
yes, and Shima actually was one of the only restaurants I knew of during COVID that we kept our employees when we opened back up. Because we were closed for maybe like 6 weeks or something, like because everybody was closed.
Yeah.
But when we opened back up, we were able to keep basically all of our staff. They might have had reduced hours, but we were able to keep everybody on because the day that we opened the doors here again, there was like 100 people lined up waiting to come in here. So,
Ashley just brought up staff, and I got to tell you, the food is very important to us, but the staff is really important. And there's certain things that we have a checklist, and I got to tell you, your staff. First of all, they make you feel like a king or queen. And you never have to rarely ask for anything. My pet peeve is, if my water glass is not filled, I don't want to have to hunt you down. Your staff is amazing.
That's my pet peeve, and they're sneaky, because we were there and I had an empty glass and I was looking. I turned and it was already filled, and I was like, when did they do that? Where did they come from? We asked.
Whenever we hire new staff and they take the test, the first question always is, what is our motto here? What's our philosophy? And it's one of a kind dining experience. So we want people to leave and feel like it was a one of a kind dining experience.
It really is.
Let's start off. Let's do, when you pull up, first of all, it's so great. You have parking right out front. You got valet parking, and it's nice not having to walk. In Las Olas, a lot of times you got to walk 3 or 4 blocks.
Right. And then you walk into the beautiful courtyard. It's just amazing. And then you go where Ashley's sitting with all the gorgeous trees and the lights, and you have bar outside, right?
We do. We do a lot of weddings here. Most people don't know that. But Saturday lunch, if people have a big enough wedding, we close the venue privately. So a lot of people have been married under these trees.
Oh my
We've
gosh.
done a lot of proposals in the courtyard. So they say there's magic in these trees. So
Well, it feels magical.
nobody's ever said no yet. When they,
Uh-oh. But that's so magical when you're walking in.
It is.
Really
It's almost
does.
like a rainforest.
yes, and
It
it
is
feels
so-
like that today. Yeah.
So beautiful. So you walk in, and I just tell people make reservations.
Well, they have
I mean, you
to.
really should. Especially there's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You're packed.
Yeah, we have live music on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We do happy hour from 5 to 7, Monday through Friday, and actually now we have lobster Wednesday and Thursdays.
Oh my!
So that'll give you a reason to come back.
Oh.
Wait, actually, what we're going to get into, you've got some new items
Yeah.
that I can't wait to talk about. I was surprised. Both of them were amazing. But so you sit down and they'll tell you, go help yourself. Let's talk about your amazing salad bar first.
And there were some new things on there too.
We do. For the first time in a while, we've changed it up, which I think that's probably going to be something we do regularly now. We'll be doing seasonal things and rotating some of the items. In the past, we really didn't. But, some people ask, well, what's on there? So I can give them, like the short story of what we have. But we don't list it on the website only because things are always changing. But
Right. There's a lot. Oh my goodness, there's a lot.
Football size.
Yeah. And there's definitely a few things that we know are the staples on the buffet. So we don't, there's a few that we don't change. So like the seafood salad, the Caesar salad, because I know you like
Caesar
that.
salad.
Steve.
Your dressing is amazing.
Yes. The carpaccio, prosciutto, some of the vegan items too, like the chickpea. We keep those things because we do have vegans that come here, believe it or not, during the holidays. So
I love the cheeses. You got several different kinds of cheeses that are just wonderful. Here, I got to tell people something. If you've never been there before, be careful on the salad bar because that's just a starter.
yeah.
Well, actually, that's my dinner.
I know, but I'm saying, because
I know. You could. That salad bar is all I'm going to say.
it's the most amazing. And we've been to so many restaurants. Your salad bar is amazing, Ashley.
Thank you. There's people that go up there like 3 and 4 times. And then there's people that like they're sitting at the table and all they want is meat and mashed potatoes. So you see everything when you come here.
So then you come sit down and you've got a disc that you can either, what is it, green or red?
Black or red. Yes.
Black. The black means you want more.
Means you're taking a break.
Okay.
You're going to drink some water and what?
So, and I always get the name wrong. I want to always call them gauchos.
Gaucho. Uh-huh.
And I got to tell you, your meats, it doesn't matter how you want your meat cooked. They have it right there. So if you like it rare, they have rare, medium well. It's just, and let's go over the things that are, and because the 2 new ones, one was
the cheese.
the cheese.
Oh, the grilled cheese. Yes, everybody loves that one.
We had so much fun with the gaucho because I'm Greek and I kept saying halloumi and he kept, oh no, it's Brazilian. And he was joking just as much as we were joking back. But you got some new people in there too, and they had quite a sense of humor this time. We had a lot of fun with them.
Yeah, we have the grilled cheese. We have the pineapple.
Oh,
yeah.
What's the secret? What's the secret to the pineapple?
I can't tell you.
Let me tell you, if you're a pineapple, like Sophia, Definitely. It is unbelievable. It's like a grilled pineapple.
Yes.
Brown sugar or cinnamon?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can't.
The
Brown
secret.
sugar. Little brown sugar. So,
And no more surprises.
And I just went blank. What's the other new item that's on
Oh
there?
yes.
there's a new grilled chicken on a drumstick. Did you try that
Oh,
one?
that's what it was.
Was that what?
Oh, we
Oh,
didn't get that.
there was something else that we got that's new.
No, the cheese.
That was it? Just the cheese?
They came around with the drumstick, but you didn't want the chicken.
That's
We
right.
have the other grilled chicken that's not with the bone. And everybody loves that one. It's the ahi chicken, and it's marinated in beer batter. That's the secret.
Oh,
Ooh.
we didn't see that one.
So let's tell everybody about all the different proteins that you have.
So we have leg of lamb, lamb chop, rib eye, beef ribs, flank steak, top sirloin, the two types of grilled chicken. We have grilled shrimp on the skewer. Did I say grilled salmon yet?
No, but I knew you were going to say that.
Oh,
no. What happened?
Oh, I can still see you.
Yep. There. Okay.
Yeah,
That was
I'm
odd.
Weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
You're the sirloin is my favorite, and you also have the ribs, barbecue ribs.
Yep. Beef ribs. And I don't, I was vegetarian before I started working here.
No,
I didn't even know what all the meats were. I mean, they would
how
like
did
go
you
right
do that?
know what this is, but now I know all my favorites. I know, and we bring them to you exactly how you like them cooked. So if somebody
I
needs it
know.
without salt or something like that, we can do that as well.
Oh, wow.
What was the thing they put honey on?
That was the cheese.
Was that the cheese? Okay.
Yeah.
The cheese.
Oh my
But
god.
what was the cheese called? Because I kept teasing them saying halloumi.
I'm sure there's a word in Portuguese for it, but we just call it grilled cheese.
Okay, because they told us, and I didn't understand. I kept asking because I would love to get some of that cheese.
Ashley, what makes your steaks so good?
Well,
Good.
Not how they're seasoned.
no,
The cut of meat that you buy, I mean, it is just so top quality.
I mean, I have to tell you, Steve, our gauchos have been here some of them have been here almost 20 years. So
Wow.
You're talking about people that know what they're doing because they've done this for a living. Like some of them came from Brazil when we opened Chima in the very beginning. They came from Brazil and they opened this location and they've been with us ever since. So
I guess, are the meats from Brazil or are they from Florida?
they're from different states, Kentucky, Ohio, some here in Florida. I don't know all the different vendors we have, but when we get certain cuts from different vendors, so.
Okay, now I'm going to do a negative, but it's really a positive. Your mashed potatoes that you put on the table are the most creamiest mashed potatoes. It's like my mother would make. But you put a small portion on. There's got to be something behind that.
Yes, the name of the mashed potatoes is actually creamy mashed potatoes because it's a very different type than most people are used to. For instance, I'm American and my family is from Maryland. So my mom does a certain kind of mashed potatoes that is nothing like what we have here. So some people are like, these are really like very creamy, but it's just a very different, it's the traditional Brazilian way of doing mashed potatoes.
So they're wonderful. My complaint is you're not giving enough.
He wants more.
And
You can order more, but I'm just saying it comes out and those rolls, amazing.
Yes. And a lot of people dip their cheese bread or their grilled chicken in the mashed potatoes.
Oh.
They use them almost like a dip. So
Oh, yeah, that's right. It would be like that.
Yeah, they're quite filling.
So let's talk prices so everybody knows.
Okay. So the meal is $63 for dinner.
Definitely worth it.
You can come on Saturday and Sunday, and it's $16 less, which is $49, and it's the same menu.
Wow.
So Saturday, Sunday, you can come for lunch, and it's the same.
Saturday night is less?
No, it's Saturday, Sunday lunch.
Oh, lunch.
Lunchtime is 12:30 to 3.
So what are the hours, Ashley? Monday, what days are you open? All 7 days?
Yes, open 7 days a week. Monday through Friday, we open at 5 o'clock, and we take reservations up until 8:45. And then Saturday, we open at 5, and dinner opens at 5, and we take reservations up until 10 o'clock.
But there's lunch on Saturday?
But there is lunch, yes.
What time does lunch start?
12 noon, we open.
Okay.
And it's only Saturday lunch?
Yeah, Saturday, and then they can book up until 3 o'clock.
Wow.
Good to know.
So I've got Ashley's been on our show so much. I have to ask a question I've never asked before. Ashley, does anyone ever order anything to go?
Dessert. Well, we have Uber Eats, and we have DoorDash, and but no, most people, the goal is to come here and just eat to your heart's content, and then go home and relax.
Yes.
Sit on the sofa, drink some water, and you'll be full for the rest of the night.
So has anybody actually not finished their plate and say, I want this to be packed to go?
No, because we don't do to go. Only dessert we can do to go.
I saw the funniest commercial. I don't think it was yours. A guy was sitting at the table and he's ordering, and the general manager said, "Sir, we got to cut you off." He was bragging. He said, "This is my 20th plate." I don't.
Wow.
I've never seen you all do a commercial, but it was so, that, because I got to tell you, you are so full when you walk out, but it's a good.
Yeah, I've seen people getting several.
Did you all get dessert when you were here?
Well, we didn't, but I wanted to ask you next. Tell people about the different desserts.
We have homemade in-house our apple strudel, which is like a croissant and made with fresh apples, and they drizzle caramel and ice cream. We have chocolate lava cake, which is also homemade. That one is really good. It's the best I've ever had, I think. And I've had chocolate lava.
Know the dessert Ashley likes.
Yeah. We have papaya cream, which is homemade here. And can't tell you the recipe for that, but here.
She knew you were going to ask.
Yeah. And you can put liqueur on top of that. But we have all kinds of things. We have sundae. There's we have a coconut cake. So if you have a sweet tooth, we can do it.
I actually had the coconut cake, and I've had the chocolate too. The lava cake is to die for.
Yes.
Ashley,
and the coconut cake actually was really good.
We did have the coconut cake.
We did have the coconut.
And you've got a full bar.
Fully stocked.
Fully stocked bar. And Ashley, I got to tell you, sucking up to Ashley now, you are the greatest representative. Chimas is so lucky to have you. And Chimas has been with us for 12 years.
As long as Ashley.
But you know what? We started off with somebody different. I don't know if she wants us to give her name out, but she's still there too.
She is?
Yeah.
Isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So people just don't leave Chimas.
I mean, well, I told them, I said, back when I was hostessing, they're like, and I had another job, and people were like, how long are you going to work 2 jobs? You're working 7 days a week. And I'm like, I'm not leaving here. I'll leave the other job. I'm not leaving here.
Well, you are a wonderful representative. Give people the phone number to make reservations.
So they can call our reservations department. The number is 954-712-0850. They can go through Open Table online, and or they can call me if they have a large party. They can call me, and I'll book the reservation for them. And my name and number is also on the website.
And your address so the listeners can hear?
We are 2400 East Las Olas Boulevard, and we are pretty far on the east end, right before the bridge, and then you land in the water.
Yes.
That's one of Ashley's yachts over there.
Yes.
Ashley, I mean, for 12 years, you've been our favorite. It is such an experience to go into Chimas, and we love having Ashley on. She comes on about every 3 to 4 months. And of course, we'll have you back. You do such a wonderful job.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you for your time.
Always.
I see you guys are getting busy. I see all those people walking behind you going inside.
I'm going to have to give up my seat here. I laugh and call the patio my office, but then I have to give up my seat.
You're the best, Ashley. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you, and I will see you both very soon.
You will.
Yes, thank you, Ashley. Have a good night.
That's
Thank
Ashley Williams, Chimas.
Chimas, one of our favorite
Oh my God,
restaurants.
folks, I'm telling you, you will have the most incredible experience at Chimas. It's called Chimas Brazilian Steakhouse. Now, there's other Brazilian steakhouses, but nothing. I was in Dallas one night, and my son took me to Brazilian Steakhouse. What a letdown, because you compare it to Chimas, and no one has a variety like Chimas does.
Or the quality, actually.
Quality also.
And also the service. I mean, we look at more than just the food quality. We look at the service. We look at the atmosphere. We look at everything from the time you walk in, how you're treated, to the time you leave. And we've been to a couple other actually Brazilian steakhouses in Broward and Dade County.
Nothing compares.
They haven't been on our show.
But the lady, I don't remember her name because it's been so long since we worked with her. But the lady I started off with in marketing is still there also.
What's she doing now?
12 years. I think she handles the marketing for all their restaurants outside of Florida. Because I know they're in Orlando. They're really big in Orlando. And I think they've got 4 restaurants.
I think that's what Omar said, but I don't remember where they were.
I can't believe that they're not in Palm Beach, though.
I'm shocked, too. I wish they were here. Ashley, did you hear that? Oh, it would be nice. There's one Brazilian steakhouse in the Gardens. I don't even know if it's still open, actually.
We're talking about steak. I just discovered another one of my favorite steak restaurants is Del Frisco. Now, if you're in Palm Beach, Del Frisco, I cannot believe went out of business in Palm Beach. This is an upscale restaurant, but they're open in Fort Lauderdale. We're definitely going to go there. I can tell you that right now. That's some of the best steak I've ever had also.
I don't understand why it closed in Palm Beach. It must be the rent. That's the only thing I can think of. Because I know Palm Beach, I know it was everywhere, but it seems like Palm Beach had the most increase in rent.
Gosh, I'm going to be really embarrassed if this was tonight. Someone told us that a lot of the young people don't want to go out to restaurants anymore. They just want to order in.
I don't know. I don't recall
But the
that.
restaurants would still get the business from it.
Right, because they can do Uber Eats and whatever. So they're still getting the business. But I don't remember anybody's, they must have told you that.
I think someone told me that today. So Sophia and I are on a voyage.
We've been on a voyage.
No,
It's
I
bad.
I almost like want to apologize. I feel so bad about restaurants, especially ones that have been around forever, going out of business.
It's sad.
It is so sad. And some of them deserve it, but there's others that, I mean, like that restaurant in Boca we went to with the mother and the son. That was, their food was wonderful there. And they've been there for 8 years.
Their food was wonderful. Their service was great, but then COVID hit. And after COVID, I don't know what happened. They didn't. I honestly, I've said it before. I think they went under. It was mestizos because there was no service. You'd go into the restaurant and nobody was at the door, and there were
Right.
people there waiting 10, 15 minutes and nobody came out. You're not going to stay in a restaurant that doesn't have anyone to greet you at the door.
Well, Sophie and I want to do our part. And we start trying to think of what can we do that might help these smaller restaurants that don't have an advertising budget. And you know us, if it's good, we'll bring you on. If it's bad, you might not want to come on the show, but we're still going to warn people. And what we have decided to do, and this is a big deal for us, but we are going to start giving away free. What you just saw us put Chimas through, we are going to start giving away interviews like that to small restaurants at no charge. And it's funny because one of the restaurants said, well, how are you going to make money? Because we have to pay for our show. And we just said, we're going to have to figure it out. But we're going to bring in these small restaurants here in South Florida and not charge. We're going to go review their restaurant, bring them on our show at no charge. So if you know of a small restaurant that you think you would like to help out,
Or if you're an owner of a small
Yeah.
restaurant and you're listening, because
send
we
it
do
to our
have
website.
restaurants that do listen to our show. Our website's www.eatand, spelled out A-N-D, critique, tvshow.com. And there is a email address, and you just email us and we'll contact you.
And then we'll give them the full works. Because a lot of people don't, believe it or not, there's a lot of restaurants out there who just are getting by. And it's not their food is bad. They don't have an advertising budget to get the word out about their restaurant. So we're going to do this for free. And again, please write us. And then don't you want to tell them about signing up? Speaking of free.
We have a YouTube too that we'd love our listeners to subscribe to. And I actually have the link on the website, www.Eat and Critique TV Show. The first page at the bottom of the page is a link, and there's a button for YouTube. You just press that and it'll go to Ask the Experts. It'll be on the top part of the logo, and Eat and Critique's the bottom part. So it's kind of like a yin yang kind of logo.
Yeah, there's no charge for it.
No charge.
Just become part of our show.
A lot of people think that if they're not on YouTube, they have to pay to
Oh,
be on
that's
YouTube,
right.
but you don't. You just click on our link.
And we have the most wonderful website. Thanks to so look out, she's getting very, oh my God, she has done such an incredible job, and she keeps it up every week. And we would love for you to go see it. It's got a ton of pictures, restaurants that we've been to, and awards that we have won. So please do go there, go to our website, and we'd love for you to join up. Doesn't cost anything.
We'd love to have our listeners sign on our YouTube. Everything's there. We have links of some of the shows on our website as well.
So, we're talking about restaurants going under, and I made a sad list of restaurants that have gone under. And some of them you go, I can't believe they've gone under.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tough out there. I got to tell you, you look at the cost on everything, there is nothing that hasn't gone up. And these poor restaurants try to keep their prices the same, even though they're charged, prices go up every day, not every week, not every month, every day they're getting increases. And, I saw where they're trying to make employees go up to $15-$20.
There's no way that people aren't gonna be able to stay in business. And then
They're doing it in California.
There's gonna be a lot of people closing because
you can't afford
to pay.
You're barely getting by. Now, so what people don't understand, there's a very small markup in restaurants. There are so many things. I mean, you just take something like salt and pepper that we take for granted. Cost of salt and pepper is up.
Mm-hmm.
Olive oil,
eggs,
milk.
milk.
We're told that there's no pricing problems, and this current administration is trying to say that the grocery stores are price gouging. And I got to tell you, grocery stores also on a small margin, very small. In fact, there's some things, I forgot what they call them, like they might have milk for $3, but they're going to lose money off of it. They do it to get people in the store, knowing they're going to lose money off of that, but their hopes that people are going to buy something else.
Well, the transportation costs have gone up. The gas has gone up.
Oh my God, gas.
There's so many things that influence the price of goods. And we had a guest on, but he didn't say this on air. It was after our show. I'm trying to remember the exact words, but he compared their prices to, remember, to 1970 something, that they didn't go up much from the cost of living.
Sophie, I
Their
couldn't even tell you what
prices.
time I got up this morning.
So
So we're going to talk about some of the places that have closed down. Some of them are for health reasons.
but did they close down for good, for health reasons, or they have little fruit flies
Fruit flies. I know.
flying around? You want to start?
Oh,
with some of them?
we're getting hey Rebel, we're getting new microphones in
Oh yeah.
that we're going to start going back to the restaurants who've been shut down by the health department. Now we're going to be able to go in and interview them, and they can tell their side of the story.
And we can
But the comeback is always so funny.
we can also, when we're at the on-site restaurant review, walk around to the people sitting there having dinner and asking them how the dinner is.
Oh my
So
God,
we
they're
could
going to
talk
love
to
that,
people.
Sophia. So let's talk about some of the Palm Beach restaurants that have closed down. One of them is Red Lobster, and I have a little story about Red Lobster. Like in Coral Springs, the Red Lobster there, you cannot find a parking space. And I read an article that they did all you can eat shrimp, and it's
Killed them.
Killed them. They never survived from it. So a lot of Red Lobsters are going to be closing down.
Many locations. I forgot how many. It was what, 500 locations,
could be.
something like that.
And Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I was shocked with that one.
A lot of locations are closing down.
I was really surprised with that.
Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. Kentucky Fried Chicken was like one of the first ones out there, right? Now you've got people like Popeyes, Chick-fil-A. You've got people that really, fast food, really specialize in chicken, and their chicken is better than Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I haven't
So
had
they're losing a lot of
Fried
their
chicken since I was a kid.
You don't even eat that anymore.
No, I don't.
So another one was Tijuana Flats.
That one was shocking to me. Tijuana Flats was always crowded, always. And I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it was the rent going up and the cost of their goods, or I have no idea why they closed.
What about Lionfish? I was surprised at them too.
I wasn't that surprised with that one,
Okay.
to be honest. But again, that one, I'm sure the lease maybe was up, and I don't know. Maybe the rent went up. Maybe they signed
But
a
the thing is, they didn't say
lease.
we're going to reopen somewhere else.
No, that one, when they first opened, it was crowded, but it didn't last long. I don't know if it was the location, the things that are happening currently, or the food quality, because it wasn't really that great.
If you live in Palm Beach Wraps closed down. And I went in there one night and it was empty.
And you said
It was dinner.
good, though.
It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't great. They didn't prepare my order the way I asked.
Well, now you know why they're gone.
They're not there anymore.
No, they weren't there that long. I think just a year.
And if you look at most places that serve sandwiches are doing really well. I'll even stop by a Subway, and they're always busy.
Oh, the Colombinos on Forest Hills packed. You can't even get in the
Well, that's because
parking
their
lot.
bread's so good.
They have excellent subs, excellent bread.
Who else? Oh, and I'm sure a lot of people already know about Terra Fiamma.
I don't.
I was surprised.
I don't. That one you said was because of health.
Health issues. The Grape closed down. That was another place I was really surprised at.
City Grill, I'm not surprised with that.
Really?
No, they weren't that good.
What about Broward?
You don't. Fat Boys. Wow.
Yeah,
With
I
that
know.
one.
I was too. Fat Boys is spelled PH
Skyline Chili.
on Federal.
That's okay.
I'm just going by what
They
it said.
closed because he retired,
Really?
and they made it
one on
into
Federal?
a different. That's one Margaret and I always went to. They've been closed for a few years, so now we have to go to Oakland.
Oh, this is big news. The Canyon Restaurant.
Canyon Restaurant.
If you go down Sunrise and go east, right before it turns into Federal, there's a restaurant, beautiful restaurant called the Canyon. Sophia, the food was so good there, and they closed their doors
I've never
the end of
heard
next
them.
month. They've won so many awards. They interviewed the owner. They've been there for 25 years. And he said, you know what? I'm going into the real estate business, and I don't have time for the restaurant anymore.
Wow.
Now, I would have sold it because they've got a great name, but the Canyon in Sunrise is
Well,
no
maybe
longer.
he owns the property and he's going to sell the property, real estate. I don't know. Maybe he is selling.
You know, we
just
talked
the
about
pop-
Chimas tonight. Texas de Brazil closed up one of their locations. Haven't we eaten there? It was okay. First of all, they don't give you, when you go to Chimas, you get so spoiled there.
I wasn't a fan of Texas de Brazil.
Well,
being
they're out of Dallas, and I remember when they first went into business in Dallas.
Their quality was kind of bad. I mean, do you remember the meat was terrible?
Yeah, I remember that.
And it just wasn't that great. But
Who else is on there for Broward?
Valentino.
Oh, Foxy Brown.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
owned by a big restaurant group. They own Oyster. I think it's called Oysters. Really a great group. I was shocked that Foxy Brown went out of business.
I never ate there. I've heard of them. The one I was shocked at actually was the Fat Boys.
Okay.
I was surprised that one closed because they're opening new ones elsewhere. So why did they close the one in Broward?
I want to, because we're coming to the close.
4 minutes already. Hi.
There's a restaurant, was one of the finest Italian restaurants that I'd ever been to. Always packed, always. It's called Valentino's. And he took part of his space, I don't know why he did this, and opened up a pizza place right next door, and it killed him.
Like pizza.
They are right over there on Federal by the tunnel.
Yes.
But I could not believe one of the finest Italian restaurants went out of business. It was about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Really sad. So, we're coming to an end. We only got a couple minutes left. Sophia, tell people one more time how they can, if they want to have a restaurant, go to our website.
If you'd like Steve and I to come do a review of your restaurant, just go to www.eatandcritiquetvshow.com. And there is an email section that you can email. It'll come straight to me and nobody else sees it. And I'll be able to answer right away. Steve and I will contact you, make arrangements, and
but we're doing it for free, which is
you.
really, I'm not patting ourselves on the back, but I think this is a nice way that we can try to help
back to our community.
Yeah, because we've got a huge audience.
So please go to our website, www.eatandcritiquetvshow.com. Go to our YouTube, subscribe, and we will see you. Oh, we won't see you next week.
You
It's
get
Labor
so
Day.
embarrassed when your nose wrinkles up.
We won't see you next week.
We
It's
have a
Labor Day.
replay
We'll
next
be
week.
replaying. So everybody have a safe holiday, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks. But you can go on. We'll still have a show next week, but it'll be a replay. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Rebel.
Thank you, Rebel. We'll see you in a couple
See you guys
weeks.
in 2 weeks.
Thank you. Good night.
You've been listening to the Eat and Critique Show with your hosts, award-winning restaurant critics, Steve-O and Sophia, brought to you by Incontro Italian Cuisine and Steakhouse, located in Coral Springs on the Walk. Be sure to join us again next week as Steve-O and Sophia interview top local restaurant owners and chefs. Steve-O and Sophia are known for their pure honesty when it comes to reviewing local restaurants. See you next week.
Yeah, but that picture was on.